Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know what you're thinking, another day, another airplane video, but trust me, this isn't your average travel vlog. We're talking next level craziness, folks. From stowaways that are wild animals to bizarre scams in the skies aren't always as friendly as they appear. Buckle up, because today we're diving into the craziest, creepiest, and most surprising things you should never, ever do on a plane. Don't go anywhere, because what we're about to reveal will leave you wide-eyed. All right, picture this. You're cruising at 30,000 feet, sipping on your questionable tomato juice, when suddenly the guy next to you starts freaking out. Why? Oh, just a casual Egyptian cobra slithering out of his carry-on bag. No biggie, right? This isn't some far-fetched movie plot, folks. This actually happened back in 2012. This guy thought it was a good idea to bring his pet cobra, a venomous one, mind you, on board. I guess he figured nobody would notice. Well, notice they did. Passengers were understandably terrified. The pilots, bless their hearts, had to make an emergency landing. But seriously, folks, leave the exotic pets at home. So, we've covered snakes on planes, but hold on to your hats, folks, because it gets hairier, literally. In 2016, passengers on a flight got more than they bargained for when not one but two tarantulas decided to go for a stroll. Imagine being mid-flight, reaching down to scratch an itch and coming face-to-face with a massive, hairy spider. Talk about a mood killer. The poor passengers were understandably freaked out. The flight attendants, bless their brave souls, did their best to wrangle the eight-legged escape artists. But seriously, folks, leave the creepy crawlies at home. All right, folks, this next one is a bit of a hot topic. It's something that has stirred up quite a bit of conversation and even some heated debates. We all know that service animals play a vital role in assisting people with disabilities. These animals are trained to perform specific tasks that help their owners navigate daily life, providing not just physical assistance but also emotional support. But in 2021, the US Department of Transportation decided to shake things up with a new rule. Only dogs trained as service animals are allowed on flights. This was a significant change from the previous guidelines, which were more lenient. Now, I love dogs as much as the next guy, but this rule sparked a lot of controversy. Many people felt that it was too restrictive and didn't take into account the needs of those who rely on other types of service animals. People who rely on other types of service animals, like miniature horses or monkeys, felt like they were being discriminated against. These animals are also trained to provide essential services and support, and their exclusion from flights was seen as unfair. The debate raged on with passionate arguments on both sides. Some people argued that the new rule was necessary to maintain safety and order on flights, while others felt it was an overreach that ignored the needs of people with disabilities. Some people argued that allowing any animal on a plane would open the floodgates to emotional support peacocks and therapy iguanas. They worried that the system would be abused, leading to chaos and discomfort for other passengers. But hey, at least we can all agree that snakes and tarantulas are a big no-no, right? No one wants to be surprised by a slithering or crawling creature at 30,000 feet. The debate continues, but one thing is clear: finding a balance that respects both safety and accessibility is crucial. Chapter 4: Hacking the Friendly Skies. All right, folks, imagine this. You're settling in for a long flight, maybe trying to catch some shut-eye, when suddenly the PA system crackles to life. But instead of the usual pilot announcements, you hear strange noises, raspy breathing, eerie whispers. This isn't the start of a horror movie, folks. This actually happened on a flight in September 2022. Actor Emerson Collins was on board, and he described the sounds as demonic. Turns out, some prankster had managed to hack into the plane's PA system. They were playing creepy sounds through the speakers, freaking everyone out. But seriously, folks, hacking into a plane's PA system? Not cool. Chapter 5: The Mile-High Mess Makers. All right, folks, let's talk about something that really grinds my gears. People who treat airplanes like their own personal trash cans. It's a shared space, and we all have to endure the same cramped conditions for the duration of the flight. I mean, come on, people. We're all crammed into this flying tin can together. Show a little respect. It's not just about comfort. It's about common courtesy and hygiene. Flight attendants have seen it all: use diapers stuffed into seat back pockets, which is not only disgusting but also a health hazard. Half-eaten meals abandoned on tray tables, attracting pests and creating a mess for the next passenger. And even, brace yourselves, bottles of urine. Yes, you heard that right. Some people actually leave bottles of urine behind. Seriously, folks, what's wrong with people? It's baffling how some can be so inconsiderate and thoughtless. It's not that hard to hold on to your trash until you reach your destination. Just keep a small bag with you for your waste. The poor flight attendants have enough to deal with without having to clean up after your messy selves. They work hard to ensure a pleasant flight experience for everyone. So, do everyone a favor and be a decent human being. It's a small effort that goes a long way in making the journey more pleasant for everyone. Throw your trash away in the designated receptacles. They're there for a reason, and using them helps keep the cabin clean. And let's keep the skies clean, shall we? A little consideration can make a big difference in everyone's travel experience. Chapter 6. Airplane mode, not just a suggestion. Okay, folks, this one's for all you tech-savvy travelers out there. Whether you're a frequent flyer or someone who only takes to the skies once in a blue moon, this is something you need to pay attention to. You know the drill before takeoff. The flight attendants politely, or sometimes not so politely, remind everyone to put their phones in airplane mode. It's a routine part of the pre-flight checklist, just like fastening your seatbelt or stowing your tray table. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's 2023, Jimmy. My phone's practically glued to my hand. We live in an age where our smartphones are our lifelines, our connection to the world, and our source of entertainment. What's the big deal? Well, my friends, there's a good reason for this seemingly annoying rule. It's not just about being a stickler for regulations. It's about safety and ensuring a smooth flight for everyone on board. When your phone is searching for a signal, it emits radio waves, the same kind of waves that aircraft use for navigation and communication. These waves can potentially interfere with the aircraft's systems, causing disruptions that could be problematic, especially during critical phases of flight like takeoff and landing. While there's no definitive proof that a phone has ever caused a plane to crash, do you really want to be the one to test that theory? It's a small inconvenience for the peace of mind and safety of everyone on board. So do everyone a favor and switch your phone to airplane mode. It's a simple action that helps ensure a safe and pleasant journey for all. After all, you can survive a few hours without being connected to the internet, right? All right, folks, let's be honest. Airplane coffee has a bit of a reputation. Some people swear by it, while others wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But what if I told you that the truth about airplane coffee might make you swear it off for good? You see, airplanes use water tanks to make your morning cup of joe, as well as tea and even ice. Sounds harmless enough, right? Well, in 2022, the Environmental Protection Agency did a little investigating, and what they found wasn't pretty. Turns out the water on many flights contains bacteria, and not the good kind. Yes, you heard that right. Poop particles in your coffee. Maybe stick to bottled water, or, just embrace the dehydration. All right, folks, let's talk about everyone's favorite in-flight beverage, alcohol. Now, I'm not saying you can't enjoy a cocktail or two at 30,000 feet, but it's important to know your limits. Because, let me tell you, things can get messy when you mix alcohol with altitude. Take, for example, the case of one unfortunate passenger back in June 2021. This guy decided to indulge in a little too much in-flight Merlot, and let's just say it didn't end well. He became disruptive, started causing a scene, and even assaulted a crew member. The poor flight attendants had to restrain him and confine him to the plane's restroom for the rest of the flight. So, folks, next time you're tempted to order that extra mini bottle of vodka, remember this story. All right, folks, this next story is more bizarre than anything else. It involves a Virgin Blue flight attendant, a game of hide and seek, and an overhead compartment. You see where this is going, right? So this flight attendant thought it would be a fun idea to play hide and seek with a family on board. Harmless enough, right? Except his idea of a good hiding spot was a little unorthodox. He picked up the family's toddler and placed the child in the overhead compartment. Yes, you heard that right. He put a toddler in the overhead bin. The parents were understandably horrified. Let this be a lesson to all of us. Overhead compartments are for luggage, not children. All right, folks, we've covered a lot of ground today, from snakes on planes to coffee contaminated with, well, But we've saved the most shocking story for last. This one involves an American Airlines flight, a disgruntled passenger, and a whole lot of chaos. Picture this. You're cruising at 30,000 feet when suddenly a woman jumps up from her seat and makes a beeline for the front of the plane. But she's not heading to the bathroom or asking for a ginger ale. No, this woman is on a mission to open the plane door mid-flight. Thankfully, the crew managed to restrain her before she could do any real damage, so let's all agree to leave the door opening to the professionals and stick to enjoying the in-flight entertainment, shall we? Well, folks, there you have it. 10 shocking things you should never, ever do on a plane. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comments and like to help us remember. Until next time, folks, safe travels and remember to keep your seat belts fastened and your tray tables stowed.